Woo! What's going on, guys? Storms Forum. Another video. Week 4. Cleveland Browns at the Detroit Lions. Lions win huge in this one, guys. 10-34. Browns falling to 1-3. Fourth in the AFC North. Lions going up to 3-1. First place, sole possession of first place in the NFC North. Due to the fact that the Green Bay Packers didn't lose. They tied with the Cowboys last night on Sunday night's game, 40-40. So that makes us in first place. If they would have lost or if they tied, we're first place. If they won, we would have been still in second because the Vikings did lose yesterday. The Bears did win a close one versus the Raiders. And the Raiders kind of blew that game. Now, the Lions win big versus the Browns, like I said. The offense put up points, 27 to be exact, because we're not counting the punt return touchdown by Khalif. Good job by him. And the defense showed out against a really bad offense, but they played really well, officially in first place. Let's hold on to that. Now, some injuries. Do the Browns first. Wide receiver Cedric Tillman, hamstring injury. He did leave the game in the first half. Didn't return. Walked off. Who knows how long he'll be out for the Browns there. And the Lions, we had a couple big injuries, guys. Running back Jacob Sailors with a hamstring injury. A good backup fourth string running back pretty much. But a great special teamer. He had 2 key blocks on that punt return touchdown. Took out 2 guys. So hopefully he's not too long. And then cornerback Terry Arnold, a starter at corner with a shoulder injury. We'll talk about him in a bit. And then quarterback DJ Reed, a big injury, another hamstring. He ended up pulling up lame, trailing Jerry Jeudy, who kind of beat him on a route. He did a really good job on Jeudy all day, though. He was carted off the field. Let's just hope it's not a grade 3. Let's hope this is a grade 1, or at worst, a grade 2. But it sounds like he's going to go on IR. He's definitely not playing this week. We might not even see Arnold this week as well, too. But this is big because DJ Reed has played really well against the number 1s so far on all the opposing teams that we've matched up against. And this could end up being a pretty big injury. Well, it is a big injury. It's not, it could be. It is a big injury because he's CB1 and he's playing like a CB1. So, we got guys like Amik Robertson stepping up, but we have to find out what grade this is. And let's hope we find out sooner than later. I'm sure the Lions are on top of this, and we'll probably find out within the next couple days. Maybe even today. We'll find out how significant it really is. Let's just hope it's a grade 1 injury and he misses like a couple weeks. Grade 2, he could go on IR. If it's grade 2, he could go on IR, get some rehab done. He'll miss 4 games, hopefully none more than that. But if it's grade 3, expect him to be done for the year. That's my opinion. Because it's a 3-4 month injury, could be longer. And then you guys know all about these hamstring injuries; they linger. And grade 3 is a terrible injury to have. Grade 2 isn't good either, but I'd rather be a 2 than a 3. But we want it to be a 1. You know what I'm talking about, guys? All right, man. So hopefully it's a grade 1 injury because he's a really good player. Brad Holman's gonna get on the phone. Let's see how they handle this. Hopefully it's not a big time injury. I'm praying. Let's go to stats with the Browns. Browns offense first. The Browns are the road team, though they go first. Quarterback Joe Flacco was 16 of 34, 47% completion percentage. He did not have a good day. 184 yards, 5.4 yards a throw, 0 touchdowns, two interceptions. He was sacked 3 times. He had a fumble and a fumble loss. He didn't do much, man. There's really not much he can do out there. It's not a good old line. There's a lot going against the old man. He's a sitting duck out there, pretty much. Quarterback rookie Dylan Gabriel was 0 for 1. Don't even remember him even coming on the field, but he was 0 for 1. And then running back rookie Quinshaw Junkins was 21 for 82, 3.9 yards, a carry, and 1 touchdown. He is a good running back. He runs hard. He's a load. He catches the ball. He does a lot of things. He's got some vision. He's got some cuts, some quicks. I like the kid. They ended up having only 79 yards rushing as a team because they lost a few yards because a few guys came in and got negative, like Jerome Ford, Dylan Sampson, who I thought they were going to use Dylan Sampson a little bit more. I was kind of shocked there. And then receiving, wide receiver rookie Isaiah Bond had 3 catches for 58 yards, 19.3 yards a catch, 6 targets. Wide receiver Jerry Jeudy, 3 catches for 48 yards, 16 yards a catch with 9 targets. They held him pretty nice. Running back rookie Quinshaw Junkins, four catches for 34 yards, 8.3 yards a catch. Caught all 4 of his targets. Tight end, another rookie, Harold Fannin Jr., a guy that I was a little bit worried about. 2 catches, 24 yards, 12 yards a carry, 6 targets. He did have a big drop in that game on a long pass. Tight end, David Njoku, another guy that I was kind of worried about. Didn't do much. 2 for 11. 11 yards to be exact, and then 5.5 yards a catch on 3 targets. Wide receiver Cedric Tillman, 1 for 6, 6 yards a catch, and then 2 targets. He ended up getting hurt, and I ended up playing that guy in fantasy football. By the way, I had to play him because my whole team is hurt. My wide receiver core is, anyways. In my one league that I run, my own league, I lost CeeDee Lamb, I lost Terry McLaurin, I lost Jaden Reed. I lost those 3 wide receivers right off the bat. Well, Lamb had a couple good games already, but I missed those guys. I had to play Kelvin Austin III, a guy from the Pittsburgh Steelers. He ended up getting hurt in that game, in that Pittsburgh game too, versus the Vikings. Good job Steelers though, winning that game against the Vikings. And but I lost Kelvin, I lost Cedric Tillman all on the same day. Lamb, McLaurin. I renamed my team the Band-Aid Boys. 1-3, baby. 1-3. I had a bad fantasy day yesterday, man. All 3 of my teams lost, I believe. All 3. I have a chance tonight, I think, but it's going to be it's going to be tight in one league. But yeah, Cedric Tillman, injury, 1 catch. Defense, linebacker, Devin Bush, a guy that I like, a Michigan guy, 9 tackles. He's a good special teamer. He was a former draft pick by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Didn't work out there, went to Cleveland. Safety, Ronnie Hickman, 9 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Rookie linebacker, Carson Schwessinger, 8 tackles. Safety, Grant Delpit, 5 tackles. Defensive tackle, Malik Collins, 5 tackles and a quarterback hit. Linebacker, Jerome Baker, 5 tackles. Defensive tackle, Shelby Harris, 3 tackles, tackles for loss, and a quarterback hit. Cornerback, Greg Newsome, the second, 3 tackles and a tackle for loss. Defensive end, Myles Garrett, 2 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 2 QB hits. I thought Decker did a really nice job against him. It seemed like Decker was on him most of the game. You saw a few times him lining up against Penei Sewell, but they did a really nice job on Myles Garrett, especially Decker. There's a couple of times he was alone on an island with him, and that's very dangerous, and he did a good job. He came close a few times to getting Goff, but Decker just had just enough push to kind of push him out of the way so he couldn't loop around and get him. And so it was a very nice job by the offensive line, not giving up any sacks again to a team that is relentless on getting to the quarterback. And then cornerback Denzel Ward had 2 tackles, pass deflection, and an interception on a really bad, poorly thrown ball by Jared Goff. Then defensive tackle Mason Graham, the rookie out of Michigan, 0 tackles, 1 quarterback hit though. Surprised he didn't, rack up more production. So 0 sacks, 5 quarterback hits for that defense. They did an excellent job versus that defense, I thought. They didn't get a lot of plays on us, the 1 bad pick, but that's going to happen. And then the punt return, kick return duties was handled by wide receiver DeAndre Carter. He did have a fumble, but he recovered it himself. And then kicking, Andre Schmidt, not spelt like that, but it's Schmidt, I believe. I don't know what that kid is, if he's Finnish, if he's Swedish. I don't know what he is. But he's European. He's got a hell of a leg. He's 1 for 2 on field goals, 33 long, 1 for 1 on extra points. And then the punter, Corey Borquez, he had 7 punts. He was a busy man. 44.9 average on punts, 47 long. So busy kid there. Lions offense, let's go get to it right away. Quarterback Jared Goff, 16 for 27. 59% completion percentage. Not a great day by Goff at all. 168 yards, 6.2 yards to throw. 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. At least he got the touchdowns there, but it wasn't a great day for Goff. It wasn't a great day. That's an elite defense. It really is. He still ended up putting 27 on the board against them, though. So then he was sacked 0 times, which is nice. Rushed a few times, though. Running back Jahmyr Gibbs had 15 carries for 91 yards. Nice day there. 6.1 yards a carry. Excellent. And a touchdown. David Montgomery, running back David Montgomery, had 9 carries for 12 yards. 1.3 yards a carry. He looked extremely frustrated on the sidelines. Probably just because he couldn't get going. There's a lot of people out there saying that he was mad because he's not getting the looks that Gibbs is, but he just had 151 yards a week before. Why would he be mad? He just probably looked frustrated because it was a frustrating day. He couldn't get holes. The O-line, they were working their ass off. They were trying to build some holes. It looked like Gibbs himself was trying to making his own holes. Just Montgomery just wasn't having a day. It's going to happen, guys. It's going to happen. So he was visibly frustrated, but I don't think it's because Gibbs is 1A. I don't think so. I don't think that's the case because he has said multiple times he knows this is Gibbs' team. He knows he's Gibbs' team. He's not living in his shadows, but he knows it's Gibbs' team, and he's okay with that. He's okay with not being the number one. He's 1B. If you want to call, I still think he's the number one. He's just 1B. That's not living in the shadows. He's just, that he was having a better day, Gibbs. So it's going to happen. And then Sailors got some carries. Quarterback Kyle Allen had a carry for negative yard, and then JMO had a minus carry as well. He got -3 in that game. So Sailors did have 2 carries. It's something like 11 yards, 5.5 yards a carry. So he got in there late as well. 109 yards as a unit. So that's a good day versus the number one defense in the run department in the NFL. So that's a good day. The wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown had 7 catches for 70 yards. He got a little nicked up too as well in this football game. I don't know if it was wrist or his arm. Something was going on there. 10 yards a catch. He had 2 touchdowns. Targeted 7 times. Pretty caught all 7 of his balls. Wide receiver JMO had a rough day yesterday, guys. Don't attack this kid. He's getting attacked on the line. I see it. 2 catches for 40 yards. 20 yards a pop, though. They were trying to get him going. 8 targets. He had 2 bad drops. 1 really bad drop, I thought. And the one ball that was thrown by Goff, he had him open on the outside. He had him open on the outside. Goff threw it more in the inside. Sorry, he had him more to the inside into the field. He had him open. Goff threw it more to the outside, towards the sideline. JMO had to turn around like this. Turn around. He ended up dropping the ball. This is the NFL, though. You got to catch those balls. It should have been caught. He knew it, too. He got frustrated after the second catch, too. He ended up, smacking, a pad on the sidelines right by the stands where some stands were sitting. Like a big cushion. So I think players, if they run into it. And he ended up smacking that pretty hard, man. He was visibly frustrated as well. JMO had a bad day, guys. He had a couple drops. Still 20 yards a catch. He is a threat every time. He just needs to clean that up. He hasn't really been doing that. He's been pretty clean so far. So I thought he's been clean the last couple of years more. So don't get on JMO, guys. Don't. You got guys on there, this is what we paid $80-something million for. Just shut up. Seriously, the kid is a super talent. He really is. Just had an off day. Tight end Sam Laporta, 3 for 39, 13 yards a pop, 4 targets. Wide receiver Khalif Raymond had 2 catches for 13 yards, 6.5 yards a catch. 3 targets. Running back Jahmyr Gibbs, 2 for 6. Couldn't get him going in the receiving department as well. 3 yards a pop and then or a catch, and then 2 targets as well. Caught both his targets. Then the defense I thought played really well. Jack Campbell, 11 tackles for loss. Linebacker Derek Barnes, 7 tackles, QB hit. Linebacker Alex Anzalone, 6 tackles, pass deflection, QB hit, and a sack. Cornerback Terran Arnold had 6 tackles. Safety Brian Branch, 5 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 3 pass deflections. And as much as we love Brian Branch, and we love him here, we really, really do. All Lions fans do. He comes up with a lot of stupid penalties as well. So remember that, guys. Just remember that a little bit. But you can he gets away with it because he makes plays. And this is not to attack Brian Branch and try to coddle Terrion Arnold. It's not. Terrion Arnold's not making plays like Brian Branch is. Brian Branch, off the bat, has been making plays since being a rookie. So that's why he gets away with a lot of stuff, because Branch probably leads this team in penalties the last 3 years. And fines. That guy is an old throwback football player. He really, and I love the way he plays. This is not a bash on him. But just remember, he comes up with some very bad penalties every now and then. He came up with one on a sack by Hutch. I think it was his 3rd sack of the day. It should have been his 3rd sack, but it was a penalty. It was a penalty on Brian Branch. So he's just an old school guy. He's very physical. He's tough, and that's how he plays. So, but we love Branch. We're not ripping on him. We're just saying he comes up with some dumb stuff too as well. Defensive end in Hutchinson, 4 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 4 quarterback hits. He had like 9 pressures, 10 pressures, and a forced fumble. He was a monster. He's probably going to be Defensive Player of the Week or a candidate anyways. I don't know what anybody else did, but he should be up there. Cornerback DJ Reed had 4 tackles, 3 pass deflections as well, and a pick on a beautiful thrown ball, actually. Not a beautiful thrown ball, a beautiful diving interception that Jerry Jeudy slipped, and DJ Reed kind of went over the top and just dove for the football, dove it, and got up and like actually ran it into the red zone, I believe. We got into the red zone, like the 5-10 yard line. It got reviewed. It was a great play by DJ Reed. Very impressive. Defensive tackle DJ Reader, 3 tackles, quarterback hit. Safety Kirby Joseph, 3 tackles, a pass deflection, and an interception on a badly thrown ball by Joe Flacco that was just thrown up in the air. Miscommunication either on Flacco or his wide receivers. I don't really know, but it was a terrible thrown ball. And Joseph just sat there and waited for it and stepped out of bounds. Had a scare on him too. He ended up getting hurt, a knee injury, but he ended up coming back. Defensive lineman Pat O'Connor, 2 tackles, pass deflection. Quarterback Amik Robertson, 1 tackle, pass deflection as well. Had a really nice pass. I remember that one. Defensive lineman Tyler Lacey, quarterback hit. He's number 78. At first, I didn't know who this guy was. Number 78. And this guy was motoring after the quarterback. He had a few pressures as well too, man. He actually stood out to me, number 78 for the Detroit Lions. I didn't know who he was. I had to actually look it up. I'm like, who the hell is number 78? At first, I thought it was Muhammad. I'm like, this guy's way bigger than Muhammad. This guy's way bigger than Muhammad. There's no way it's him. And it was Tyler Lacey, and I thought he played pretty well. And then linebacker Trevor Nowaski had a tackle, quarterback hit, and a fumble recovery. I really like this kid, man. He's a really good backup linebacker who gets snaps on special teams and gets some snaps on the field. And then kick returner, running back Jacob Sailors, and wide receiver Cleve Raymond. Sailors had 2. Raymond had 1. Punt return was all Raymond. He had 5 of them, 1 for a touchdown on a 65-yard touchdown punt return. Beautiful run. Made a couple nice cuts. Really couple nice blocks. One by Jacob Sailors, who took out 2 guys, and the rest was history. He was gone. Touchdown, Khalif Raymond. Pretty much iced that game. The game was done at that point, really, but that pretty much iced it. It was over. And then kicker Jake Bates, 2 for 2 on field goals. Had a big one at 58 yards. That was as long. And then 4 for 4 on extra points. Bates is the man. And then punter Jack Fox, 5 punts, 44.2 yards a pop. We need him to get that up a little bit more, but all 5 of those punts were inside the 20, so I can't be too upset about it. Now, let's go to some quick team stats, guys. Then we'll talk about the game a little bit. Team stats. Let's do the Browns first. First downs, they had 16. Third downs, they were 3 for 14. Excellent defense by the Lions. Fourth downs, they were 1 for 1. They were perfect. Rushing, they rushed for 79 yards. Pass for 170. Total yards, 249. Sacks and yards. Browns had 0 sacks, 0 yards. Interceptions, they threw 2 interceptions, the Browns. Punts, an average 7 punts for 44.9 yards a punt. Penalties, 6 penalties for 44 yards for the Browns. Fumbles and fumbles lost, they had 2 fumbles, only 1 loss. Possession, 31 minutes, 44 seconds. Now the Lions had 16 first downs, same as the Browns. They were 6 for 14 on third down. That's very nice. 0 for 1 on fourth downs. They didn't go for it a lot, and they didn't get the one they tried. 109 yards rushing, 168 yards passing. Total yards, 277. Sacks, we had 3 sacks for 14 yards against them. 1 interception thrown by Goff. Punts, an average, 5 punts for 44.2 yards a punt. Penalties, we had 6 penalties as well for 35 yards. Pretty much even there. I thought a couple bad penalties were against us, though. Fumbles lost, 0-0. And possessions, 28 minutes, 16 seconds. So the Browns had the ball 29, 30, 31, like at least 2-3 minutes more than us at one during that football game. So, team stats, kind of familiar all the way down, a little bit similar all the way down. Lions, improving on some areas as well. So this football game, guys, there's not much to say, man. It was great offense. It wasn't great offensively, but they did what they did when they could. If that makes any sense. Offensively, I thought we just, we ran the ball at a decent clip, I thought. Montgomery couldn't get going. Gibbs was the guy that was getting better looks, better production. Goff wasn't great, but St. Brown came through in the clutch. Him and St. Brown got a beautiful connection. They ended up throwing 2 touchdowns to, he threw 2 touchdowns to Saint. So that's really nice there. We didn't see a big production game from a lot of guys, though. Like Gibbs had 91 yards, like I said. Nice per carry at 6.1. Amon-Ra caught all 7 of his balls for 70 and 2 touches. No one else really did anything too much after that. Man, Laporta didn't have a big day. J-Mo had a nice average per catch, but he dropped a couple balls. The defense, man, our defense showed up. So our offense did what they could. Jake Bates is a great field goal kicker. He kicks every extra point. He doesn't miss much. He's got a big leg with a 58-yarder. I like what our offense did. It could have been better. Like Jared Goff said, he goes, we could have been a lot better. He goes, but that's a great defense out there. All credit to them for stopping them a lot because they did punt the ball. The Lions did punt the ball 5 times. You don't hear that much from Detroit Lions. So that's a great defense in Cleveland. If that team gets a quarterback and maybe a couple other maybe little pieces here and there, they need an O-line, they need a quarterback. They're going to be a problem if they can maintain that defense. So it was just a really good overall defense by the Browns, and we did what we could. And we ended up scoring 27 points on them, where they averaged like 20 to 22 points a game against. So good job by the offense, I thought. The defense stood out. It's a bad offense in Cleveland. They gave fits to Flacco all day. They ran the ball well, though, with Junkins, especially with a battle line like that. He's a good little running back, not little, but he's a good running back, so I was impressed with him. They held down, I thought, Jerry Jeudy for the most part. He had a couple nice catches, though. I like their tight end, Harold Fannin, the rookie over there. I like him. I like the future for him. But we held them, man. Hutch was a monster. Campbell was good again. Barnes was all over the place. Alex Anzalone, the 3 starting linebackers I thought played really, really well. Campbell, Barnes, and Anzalone. Those guys all played really, 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 really well. And then you had guys like Hutch, who was a monster off the edge. Muhammad was a little bit quiet. That's okay, though. That's okay. He was a little bit quiet. Maybe had a tackle. Don't really remember. He didn't do much. He had a couple pressures, though. I did see him hit the quarterback a couple times, or pressure him at least. So they got that going for him. I'm pretty happy there. The safeties, they do their thing. Like I said, Branch is a great safety. He does make some mental mistakes as well, though, with the penalties. Kirby's Kirby. You could tell he's playing hurt. Now he's even a little bit more banged up. But I thought the defense did an exceptional job. Held the team to 10 points. That's fantastic. So there's not a lot to say about that, except they did a great job. And I'm really proud of this team for that and that alone. So that's it, guys. I want to appreciate you guys for coming in. Up next is the Cincinnati Bengals. I think we go to Cincinnati. 4:25 start, I believe that is, next Sunday. See you there, guys. So that's gonna be a good game. No Joe Burrow, though. But we'll see what happens there with the Jake Browning show. If they make any type of moves, I don't think they're gonna, but who knows? But thanks a lot, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button at the bottom right. Don't forget the notification bell up top. Hit that ring. And don't forget to like, comment, share this video out. What do you guys think? Good win. First place. Let's stay there for a while. Let's not give it up. All right, guys. Grit. Hunting season is upon us. Let's go. Boom.